in a very strange twist of irony, this is not the first time Reverend Bill Wilson has survived a close brush with death.
It is an astonishing story, Tim. Happens right here in this spot on Wednesday. The minister, Bill Wilson, was standing here, turned around, taking pictures of the beautiful Manhattan skyline. It was for his church newsletter.
Pastor Bill Wilson was here on Kent Avenue and North 9th Street around 10 o'clock Wednesday evening.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, two men walk up and try to rob him.
One got the pastor into a chokehold from behind, shoved his gun into the pastor's mouth, and pulled the trigger twice.
The minister thought, this is it. My life is over. A gun down his throat, and the mugger pulled the trigger.
And I heard it click. And I knew then that it was pretty serious then. So I thought, well, I better do something.
I knew that they weren't playing then. I knew that if I could stand there and take another one, or I was going to have to do something. And I just said, Jesus, help me. And I turned, and the gun went off, and it just felt like my whole head exploded. I was a little disoriented, obviously, and so I just got back to my truck and called 911 and then drove myself to the hospital.
I know that could have been the end, very easily, but it wasn't. That's what real faith is when you know something and you believe it, and then it's put into action.
The minister is meeting today with police. There are no suspects in the case, but Bill Wilson won't sit around and wait. He'll be out preaching again tomorrow.
Whether people choose to believe in miracles or not, this was a miracle. And I'm sitting here today because it is a miracle. You know, my time is not ready yet. My job's not done yet.
Reverend Wilson founded his Bushwick-based Metro Ministries Sunday School 22 years ago. He offers Christian teaching, anti-drug and anti-crime programs to 20,000 children each week in several Metro Ministries around the city.
Reverend Wilson has been preaching against violence, against drugs for 35 years. He works closely with children. It's his passion.
Members of Reverend Wilson's church met him at the hospital.
My little boy was like distraught. He was crying. He was feeling bad about it. I mean, I try to comfort and keep him strong, just like Pastor Bill would want.
All New Yorkers can celebrate Reverend Wilson's survival.
You know, when my mother left me on the street corner when I was a little kid, that was a defining moment for me. When I got hit with a brick several years ago, it was a robbery, same deal. That was another defining moment. And I think now this is another one.